mexicanos podcast Voces Que Luchan e Inspiran. My name is Mariana Martinez. I'm your host and also executive director, and I'm here with my co-host
Jose Batista, the Events and Communication Manager.
So we're super excited. Well, we're always super excited. I feel like that's something I say every time, every episode, because it truly is. We're really, really excited. April is National Poetry Month, otherwise known as NaPoWriMo, National Poetry Writing Month. So I learned that today. And in celebration of that, we wanted to bring you poet, as someone that is really embedded into this world, somebody within our community. So we want to welcome Raúl Sánchez. Raúl Sánchez, welcome to our, and let me just do this. I always go back. I'm gonna read your bio just so that listeners learn who you are, and then we'll dive deeper into tell us more about you and some questions about why poetry is important, why the arts it's so important in our, within our community. So Raúl Sánchez is a bilingual poet, translator, and passionate educator from Seattle. Raúl brings poetry to life for students through the Jack Straw Cultural Center and Seattle Arts and Lectures writers in the schools program. And he's been a dedicated mentor with Pongo Teen Writing, at the Juvenile Detention Center for several years. Beyond teaching, Raúl's creativity extends to performance and collaboration. He even wrote the libretto for The Other Conquest, writing alongside composer Héctor Armienta, in response to Vivaldi's Moctezuma, aka Moctezuma. We're thrilled to have you join us today, Raúl. Thank you so much for being with us. I'll do another applause. I'm so not tiny. My applause come like 5 seconds later. I should be better at this. But welcome. Tell us, anything. Tell us about you.
Mi placer estar de regreso aquí en Redmond. Yo apliqué para la posición de, I applied for the poet laureate position in 2019, and I thought, well, I'll just give it a shot because, I don't have a degree, I don't have an MFA, and at this age, I really don't need it. I don't need it. So I applied and I interviewed and everything went well. They offered me the position and I took it, and it started just wonderfully. The winter came. January came, COVID started, and then everything had to shut down. So I thought, well, I'm not going to stop. This is not going to stop me. But I had to follow the restrictions and all the instructions that we had to follow here that were commanded by the city. Mm-hmm. So I had to go out there with a mask, and I printed some cards. I asked them to print them, and I went out with my tag saying who I am and trying to give them a card saying this National Poetry Month, and I have a poem of nature for you. So I did what I could. I tried to work at now it's going to be defunct Teenage Center, the old firehouse. Mm-hmm. And I went to there to do a couple of events with the teenagers, and it was wonderful. Mm. I participated with the seniors, but there was more that I wanted to do. And of course, I just did what I could. And I think in the end, it was successful because we had to use Zoom to do some readings and some presentations, and it worked out just well, the best that we could, because otherwise I would have been sitting home doing nothing. I'm not the kind of person that sits around doing nothing. So it was a great experience, and one of the poems for the city, it's in my book, the last book, When There Were No Borders, and there's a video out there that I created with the help of somebody from the city about Redmond, and had a great time. Besides that, I like to help others, and when I mean others, I mean the youth. And there's a lot deeper conversation why the youth. I'm not gonna go into that, but it has to do with they had to be able to learn, or somebody that can tell them that there's more possibilities other than just working with your hands and your feet. Mm-hmm. You got to use your hand, your eyes, and your brain, and everything out there is wonderful. There's many things that can be done. All it takes is just a little introduction. Every time I see on TV, for example, kids being introduced to music. They show in the violin, they get curious, they start playing with it, the guitar. All of a sudden they develop that interest.
Right.
Or gymnastics, who knows?
Whatever.
Parents, when we were parents, if we don't identify those things that the kids are interested in, we will not be able to guide them through that. Yeah, at times it's a little difficult, but certain things are available out there. Instructions in the books, people, lectures, and there are many ways of doing it. And so when I get the chance, I go to tell them, the middle schoolers, hey kids, so what's the future look like? They look at me, they scratch their head, they roll their eyes.
Why do I know? I haven't thought about the future.
Exactly.
Right.
Because nobody asked them that question.
Right.
So there are many ways to inspire them and to find out what's going on. But I always like to tell them that we do not have to, like the compost worms, always live in the compost. We don't have to live in the garbage.
Right.
We have to come out like a dandelion, spring up and see the sun and share the beauty with everybody else. How can we do it? Well, by number one, by being true to ourselves and sharing our culture and appreciating who we are and our parents and what's behind us, because nobody else is going to come out and say, hey, you guys are Mexicans are really good, you are hard workers. We're not going to hear that. They're going to think otherwise. But, politics aside, is the interest of helping others to be able to help them realize that you have 5 senses, you can walk, you can see, use them. There's a beauty out there in the world. Don't think everything is difficult. Right. Just try it for the first time.
Right.
If you don't succeed the first time, try it again. And keep trying. If you really want it, you have to keep pushing.
Right.
If otherwise, and also, if we see somebody that is struggling and they really have an interest in something that they want to do, give them a canvas, give them a set of paints from Michael's.
Yeah.
Spend $5, little book. See how to color, how to do figures. There's many ways of expressing artistic interest and connecting people that way. For me, it's words. Words are so meaningful and can be so hurtful at times, and also they can be. They can expand and discover a whole different universe of ideas and beauty and descriptions that we haven't seen in other places. So reading is very important.
Yes.
These days,
yes.
people don't want to read. They're really stuck on that silly machine. So, reading every time when I pick up anything, even the old newspapers, I read the paragraph or so, then I start to think, I wonder about this, about that, things that are going on around us. But kids have more questions than we already have ourselves, because we're already on our way out, per se.
Yeah.
But we're living the future is behind them.
Right.
So we had to, for me, I want to say we, and I'm talking about me, to let them know that if you see an obstacle, find a different way to overcome it, because don't get bogged down. Don't be afraid. Just keep pushing.
No, for sure.
And, encouragement, that's what they need.
Right. I think that's we love to hear investment in our youth, because it's so important. I think oftentimes youth not having access to possibilities. That's part of the reason why we do what we see, right? We follow the examples that we have among our, within our circles. And if we don't have access to, arts could be an option, or I can go and pursue a career that's not just like, cutting grass, or like I can actually write, or if we don't have these examples or access to people that look like us, right, as showing us this is a possibility, how do we know that that's going to be, that can be the case? I speak for myself. Mm-hmm. I wish I had seen more women, Latinas, in positions of leadership, because that would have made me feel like, wow, that's possible, right? Like many times our communities, we have to break the seal to get, right, like the ceiling to get to these places. So having people that invest and they like, hey, let me show you what possibilities and explore, right? Like you don't know that you're going to be, maybe canvassing is the 5th thing that you tried. And then that's the one thing that you actually want to do. But before that you tried playing the guitar, or you play, I don't know. So love hearing that investment.
Well, arts are very important, not only for our health, for our mental health as well. And also, you make wonderful friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you never know who's an artist. You might see somebody out there looks kind of odd and strange. All of a sudden, you talk to the person, you find out that oh, you do this little things with these colors, and then you get interested. So prejudging somebody by their looks.
Right.
Uh-uh.
No. And I think artists are the happiest people. I really
Well,
do think they're the happiest
I
people.
mean, Van Gogh cut his ear off.
Well, but that was for other reasons. He just had mental health issues. But I truly, every artist that I know, and I dance flamenco, so I guess artist also as in relation to dance, you know, they're just like careless and like they just relax. I don't know. I feel that's truly
Yeah,
I
so
think.
the approach to the youth and the teenagers, if they want to listen, is that right now things might be looking difficult because you're looking to the future, but actually they're not. You're just trying to find an even ground. It's like stepping on a quicksand. That's the teenage years. That's when I drive by the high school where our daughter went to, I think of purgatory because that's what it is. Kids
Develop more.
kids don't know. They're confused. The hormones are there, and the temptations
energy,
are outside the door. You know, you can't not be behind them like a helicopter.
Right.
You know, a helicopter. No, it's impossible. So, the best example parents can give, that's all they're gonna learn. If they learn something else from outside, then you question what's going on.
Yeah.
But if the kids see that my dad's not doing that crap, oh, okay, well, might not. You know, they learn by the things they see. So when they get exposed or they get the chance to do something different, it's pretty rewarding. And let me tell you, April 29th, I think it is, we're going to have the Noche de Poesía at Denny International Middle School, where I do the mentoring. I'll give you the exact date.
Lots of things. We're also going to celebrate, which you will be part of as well. Yep.
So that night last year, all the kids, they read a poem that got published in their anthology. Every year, when they wanted me to participate, I said, only under one condition, that we make an anthology of their work every year. So they said, oh, the budget, okay, we can do it. So we have 8 anthologies.
Oh, wow.
So I've been
That's
there
awesome.
8 years. So, but last year is the first time they read their poems on the stage at Chief's Health, the high school. And they were all so orderly and they were very happy and they really put the energy on it. And my wife and I, we went to the presentation. So we're saying that this year we expect to see the same or even better.
Oh, we'd love
Because-
to invite them
Yeah,
here. Yes.
I'll give you the dates.
Let's do that, yes.
Let's fill the auditorium. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they had to give him the chance to perform. Tell them it's okay.
Yeah.
And the other kids, don't make fun of them, you know, because you're gonna be there too. You
You better not, right?
You want to clap you or you want to boo you? Of course, kids do whatever,
They're
but
both,
usually
Some of them are cruel.
what we heard that night was they were actually cheering for them. Go, okay, Joe, go, Joe, go, Joe. So the kids were on the stage clapping. So it was a wonderful,
I love
wonderful
kids.
experience. Something that you don't see just about every day.
They're very honest, I will say. I think.
And just going back on your comment regarding letting kids know that they can do more than with their hands, I feel something that I've noticed recently, especially during the toy drive, that kids wanted
the touch of
technology, so the imagination could be given to them as opposed of them creating their own imaginative.
Give it easy access.
Yeah, they're like
just
do you have an iPad? I'm like, no, but there's a puzzle. You can, so like they don't like. I feel like the generation now is lacking the imagination that we grew up with to realize that you can do a lot more than what's on TikTok.
Or don't be you don't have to necessarily be told how to have fun. Like you can create, right?
With our kids and our families, if we were to pull out some of the old toys that we used to play with, I bet you they would not know what to do.
My dad does that all the time. He
What?
brings out his marbles.
They-
No, give him a trompo, see if they know how to throw it.
Oh, palillos chinos. Have you ever? Did
Yeah.
you ever? I don't even know how to say that. I'm sure there's a word in things where you throw a bunch of sticks and you're supposed to take one each without moving the rest. It was so much fun.
I did. I used to play jacks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like. From in Panama, it's called jacks. Like when you would throw the little star things in the air, then the ball, and then you get to.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You're like throw darts. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I remember
It's-
that.
It's
Okay.
so I know.
I
We're outside
brought
and
this
then
to show you, which is what I had to do.
oh,
Um,
those who are.
I have the extra magazines, of course. I
love
heard it
this.
this morning, but I'll remember to find an extra
For those
copy.
for those who are listening, we will post the link so that you can see, and then we'll post a picture. But please describe what this is so that those who
what it
cannot
is,
watch
yes.
what we're doing.
During COVID,
Yep.
since I
Nice.
had the not necessarily urgency, but beyond
Mm-hmm.
urgency, I had to do something. So I decided to, outside my house, to put
Like a
poetry
library.
box.
Oh yeah. Like a
And-
mini public library. Is that
Right.
what they're called? Yeah.
Yeah, and this is following, I call it a poetry box, but originally, I call it a poetry
do that.
pole,
We should do
which
that.
is
Yeah.
which is originally is just a stick
Yeah.
on the ground.
With a little.
You put a sign that says poetry pole, like that, and people who know, and you put little extra thumbtacks in there, or one poem or two, tack to it, and then a sign that says, take one or leave one, something like that. So people that know about this, they will come in, take one or put one of their own, or leave 3 or more copies. So there was a poetry poll from a friend who's still alive in Yakima, Jim Bodin. If he can hear it, I'll let him know. But I decided to add a little extra, so I put this little niche box that I got from a local store. I varnished it, put acrylic door, I put in a little cork, little thingy.
So cute.
So I made it into a box and I put a little roof. So
So it's actual poem, like people would have to write their.
no, these are poems that I copied
Mm-hmm.
from books already published, and I could only put 4, 2 in the back and 1 on each
I
side.
love it.
So and the signs: take a poem, share a poem, read a poem, like
Oh, I
that.
think we need to do
So
something
then
like that.
I got a hold of Gabriel Campanario, I think is
Mhm.
his name, of the Seattle Times, the
Mhm.
sketcher, and I said, hey, just want to let you know I have this thing going on here in my house, it's COVID, and
Mhm.
I explained. He says, where do you live? Yeah, I'll be interested. All right, I'll let you know when I'm okay. He came. So
Ooh,
he came, he interviewed, he did the interview, and he did the sketching.
that's a Seattle
and
Times. That's you. Yes.
and that's me. So
Is that you with a mask?
that's me.
This is
So-
wonderful. And do you
and-
still have that? And
and
how
lo-
much? And
Yeah, well, it grew bigger. I don't have a photo now, but I found a cabinet on the side of the road on 35th
And it
Avenue
grew
one
bigger.
night,
Oh, the
and
cabinet.
it was an oldie,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I painted it, but put it out there, and I had to refurbish it because the rain does a lot of damage.
Mhm.
Through the years, this is the wonderful thing. I have not,
Do you want to read it?
well, this is from a passerby. He wrote a poem by Mary Oliver.
Okay.
I'll skip the poem, but he says here on the front of
Mhm.
the poem, this little piece of paper by Jim Harrison, a poem. But he wrote in pencil, he says, to the steward of the Poetry Post, thank you, meaning, me.
You.
I'm in the neighborhood caregiving for a friend with cancer. He's doing well. Your little library of beautiful words has provided some much needed moments of quiet joy. The world needs more of this goodness. With much gratitude, Tim. And then he said, if you're interested, caregivingbridge.org, and put his name.
Oh,
In other words, he's encouraged me to
keep going.
join
Mhm.
this website, which I have to check from the day, this is about 3 years ago, and see what do they do, because that's also another area of interest that I have.
Right. Right.
I have talk to seniors also in Lake City. There was a short program that we had there.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not get them to write. But you know what worked with them? Seniors latinos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
La gente de edad. Lo mejor que funcionó con ellos es que les leía la letra de las canciones que ellos conocen. Amorcito corazón.
Mm-hmm.
O alguna principio de alguna otra canción. Y mire, I will not cry, but I tell you, seriously, they're sitting around the table, they're doing their things, talking among each other, and I'm talking about this song, and I read that first line, and then over on the back, you can hear homie.
Oh, that is so cute.
There are many ways. As we grow,
Right.
there are many
Engaged, yeah.
things that we remember through our
Yeah.
years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I sit down to watch old TV, I remember I see Bonanza. I remember my
Oh my
grandmother,
gosh, that show.
my grandmother, and
My
My mom
stepdad.
used to love
Yeah.
it.
and then one of the actors there, the fellow named Hoss, he always, the big guy,
Yeah.
always said that oh, he looks like your father, like my dad. And I said, why? Well, he's chubby. Well, okay, always remember that. And the other things that I grew up with, which I put on my second book,
Mm-hmm.
which nowadays, all the vision of everything I learned from the U.S., I use the metaphor of growing under the umbrella of the United States.
Mm.
Why? Because everything that I learned as a kid was coming from the U.S. and where Mexico is below, right?
Mm.
So all that stuff coming down, raining, and then I'm growing up under the umbrella. Again, poetry. I
Yeah.
didn't know I was
That's
a
a good
poet,
analogy. Good
you
way to
know,
put it.
but
Yeah.
I grew up under the umbrella of the United States in
Yeah.
Mexico. So everything
Mm.
around me. So what happens?
Yeah.
You're gonna get splashed.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get wet. You're gonna get wet. You're gonna get anxious. You're gonna, I want to see this, and then you get the
Influenced.
TV,
Yeah.
and you get Flipper, and you get Leave It to Beaver, and etc. And not only that, but the main reason for all of that is this. I haven't told you about it.
Tell us.
My
What is
father,
this?
my father was a bracero.
A what?
What's a bracero?
Bracero. The bracero program started in 1940, during the Second World War, when the U.S.
This is
needed to
a
send
work contract. Uh-huh.
manpower to
To the U.S.?
fight the Germans in the
Oh.
Second World War.
Oh, wow.
So there was nobody mending the factories or the fields.
Mm-hmm.
So they created the bracero program,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, let's just hire the Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
There were two divisions of the bracero program, the industrial and the agricultural.
Mm-hmm.
My father, he was a miner in his youth in the silver mines of Real del Monte, Hidalgo State. When he heard about the opportunity to come to work in the United States, he signed up. There it is,
Mm-hmm.
his signature. To this day, the braceros have not been recognized for what, and
Mm.
with the thing that's going on right now, we will never have any recognitions. There have been some mentions
Hopefully. Things will change,
by
hopefully.
the National Council of La Raza,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but not a whole lot.
Did he stay in the U.S. or how
No,
long was he?
At the end of his
Mhm.
contract, he went back,
Okay. Okay.
and that's. But what I want to say is the reasons that I did not know, because I never talked to him about this. See,
Mhm.
he passed away when I was 12,
Mm.
so I did not know anything. I kept discovering things.
Mm-hmm.
Reason for why I ask, and I mention in my books, that why was I put into a private American school at age 5?
Mm-hmm.
I learned English since I was a little kid.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and I learned about bobbing apples out of the water and
So
Halloween and
American.
all that nonsense instead of learning how to revere my death. I did not know that until my life fell apart in Florida, the divorce and all that, and I felt so lonely. I had to
Mhm.
connection.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way that I could connect with something, anything, would be through remembering my muertos.
Oh, this is why
So the
David
Day of the
Dead
Dead is
my
very essential.
favorite.
So all of these things are
holiday.
combined. You know,
Mhm.
I'm telling you a lot of things about my life. But since I did not know, and then I discovered, well, maybe that's the reason why he wanted me to learn English, and that's what I write in one of my poems, because he wanted me to live like them. Who's them? The Americans.
Or have more opportunities, right? Like you thought that,
But
right?
since he passed,
How we
when
can
I was
only
12,
guess, right?
I just found my way this way, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been here.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, because in my family, a lot of my uncles and cousins, they have come and crossed and worked, and they all go back. Which is, again, I write that on in my poems. That's the way it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Now you cannot do that.
Mm.
When I talked to Juan Felipe Herrera, the poet laureate emeritus of the United States, we concluded that back then we used to be shadows. Now we walk through the shadows because it's like we don't exist.
Mm.
And everybody that I know that has family that has come and worked and done the same, they all abide by the rules. Nobody says, "Oh, I'm just gonna stay here and what the heck." Well, the ones who did that, now they're still suffering the consequences.
Right.
20, 30, 40 years removed. It's a long time, but we never know these things were ever gonna manifest.
Well, I know, and hopefully we'll see. We were certainly living very difficult times and crazy times, I'll say. But what brought you? So thank you so much for sharing all of this. At what point did you know, right? Because some of us are born, some of us become, some of us, it takes some time, right? Like, but what brought you to poetry, to write books? At what point in your life, what inspired you, right? Like, I think it's so awesome to hear your the people that influence your life or your path in learning what they wanted you to be or who you wanted to become. But what about you? Like, what was that moment where you said, I want to write, or I want to do this, right? Or I wrote my first poem, you know?
Well, when I worked at Panasonic here in state of Washington, I used to give birthday cards, little verses to happy celebratory things, and
you have to clear a thought.
They liked them, and then they even published them in the company newsletter. So I still have them at home in my file somewhere. And then I thought, well, they like him, so okay. So I always like to read and to listen to that type of. At that time, I did not know. Of course, it just sounds nice and etc. But at the same time, see, I'm going back in time. When it comes to poetry, okay. One of the customers, there were many famous people that came to my father's restaurant. The restaurant was had the name El Califa. Was the name of the restaurant?
That's a there's a brand right now, right, in Mexico City of tacos.
The restaurant was a block away from the bullfights arena, Plaza Mexico, which is still there.
Oh, but it's prohibited in Mexico, right? Yes.
Yeah, no, everything is changing. But one of the customers clients that they came to the restaurant was Renato Leduc. Don Renato, very respectable. I write about him, his little mini bio. But he was one of the customers. He was a political writer for Proceso magazine, which is still on print. And he also wrote novelas and teatro, poesía, and todo en español, everything in Spanish. And I did not know that he was a poet, but I do remember that when he was present, somebody would ding, ding, ding on the glass, and the restaurant was full.
Oh, you knew it was famous.
And he would stand up. As a kid, this man was really tall. I was little, short little kid. So anyway, white hair and very sturdy person. He would stand up and recite his poems.
In the restaurant? In
the restaurant. Then when he was done, everybody clapped, and Don Renato, everybody knew Don Renato Leduc. So I can say safely that without knowing that was poetry, that was the first time when I heard poetry.
Wow.
in Espanol and from Don Renato. But all of these didn't really click. The coin didn't drop until 20 years later or
You're
so.
like, oh, I actually met him, right?
Yeah. And then I thought, when I went to Mexico, and then I started to read more about him and remembering things such as he told my father that said, Don Victor, I want Raúl to marry my daughter. And then sometime I thought about that. I thought, I should send her an email. I said, nah, they're not going to know who the heck I am. Everybody's gone. So, just to follow up on that. But
Follow up with
follow up on that.
Just in case, like my work.
Memories that came. I remember also Javier Solis. He would come and buy mole. The mole
Wow,
they
where
made there.
was this restaurant that
Right there,
had all
block away from the
celebrities?
Plaza Mexico.
Oh, Mexico City. Yeah. Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay, interesting.
Maria Felix came by once.
What? Oh, she's my ultimate. She's the best. Oh, I wish I met her.
Jose de Molina, he's
Yep.
a political singer-songwriter now. He's gone now. I remember Pérez Prado, vestido, flaquito.
Wow.
He was ready to go somewhere.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Pérez Prado, I mean, I'm looking at him right there. So there were a lot of famous people that came by to the restaurant.
So what was that click? When did that moment click for you? That you're like, okay.
That was
you were
when
writing
that was
cards?
when I was the same question. When did you first realize that you wanted to say, well, it has to be with this and that, but tying it all up, coming to the Panasonic days, and then I kept doing it where I worked somewhere else. And I did the same, so they liked it. I said, okay, well, there is something here. So then, and I kept writing. And as I kept writing, I kept meeting people. We're all good friends now. And then I started to develop my own style, my own, because sometimes I can copy in the style of someone else. But if I'm really going to be true to myself, I had to develop my own style. And I use Spanish words every now and then. Sometimes I throw a little
like
bit of
Spanglish, like you throw, yeah.
Yeah, and other ones completely in Spanish, other ones just in English, or mixed. At times I I use words in Nahuatl.
Oh, is there?
Mixed in with the Spanish and
Would
English.
you like to read one? Is there one that you'd be ready to read, or?
Well,
Nahuatl,
let's
you
see.
know, that makes me so sad. I mean, I don't know, I was having a conversation with someone, and it made me so sad that I don't speak a language. Zapoteco, Nahuatl. Well, Nahuatl mainly, because that's what would be spoken mainly in Mexico City. That made me so sad. And I would love to learn, but the problem is, who do I practice with here?
Yo también.
But do you want to? Yeah, please.
Sí,
We'd love to hear. Yeah.
En mi segundo libro, que, bueno, el segundo, ahorita el nuevo ya salió, ¿no?
Okay.
El tercero. When There Were No Borders, el primer poema, the first poem opens in Nahuatl, and the same poem is translated to Spanish.
Okay. Please.
And después is translated to English. Why did I do that? Because Nahuatl is the language of my ancestors. Spanish is the language I inherited from after the conquest.
Right.
And English is because it is what I use to communicate in this country. The title of the poem in Espanol or in English
Maybe read it in English so that.
is Colors
Okay.
of Life. And in Nahuatl, Ixtlapatin nemilistli, Shi nekmaktli nemilistli, Chichitlik uikpa tlacalistli iwan isli, in texotli shoshog tiuquik, iluiquitlampa iwan in iua, Kostik tlasotla in tonatiu iwan ikoxistetli, kamiltitlatli, atotli, laxlitlel, tlaxpotlonani, mashitlayotl, textlakleni, pokli machiwa, in yuali iwan in mictlan santepan, is taiumina me, iunan tlaquipalistli. In English, la traducción of all that, Colors of Life, inspired by the Mayan significance of color. Show me life, red for birth and blood, blue-green of the heavens and the oceans, yellow like the sun and ripe corn, brown earth, fertile pastures, orange fire, destroyer, purifier, blinding gray smoke becomes the blackness of the night and the underworld. Finally, white of bones and change.
Hold on. Wow. I love hearing Nahuatl. Did you have to learn to speak it, or did you learn some, or how was that journey?
I
For you.
don't write it. I can read it, and I can read it because I've listened to other recordings in Nahuatl. At times it's a little tricky because there's not a lot of vowels.
Right.
There's a lot of
Hard.
hard consonants, X, T's, and Q's.
Right.
So-
And little is like they pronounce, because I started sort of, not learning, but it's difficult to pronounce. It's such it's not tl, it's tla. Like I think I was corrected 5 times and I couldn't do it, but it's complex. It's not that easy. That is beautiful. That is so poetic. That's exactly.
Here's another poem that I translated in first. People ask me sometimes, which is okay, I don't mind. They ask, so do you write in Spanish or do you write in English? And I say, well, I'll write any way it comes to me. And then I'll just, if I decide to translate it, I'll translate it
Right.
one way or another.
People are asking, what
Yeah.
language do you think? I'm like, all of them.
And then I tell them that, for example, this one is in English and is titled Encarnada, or in English, Incarnated. And it came to me in English first. So people scratched their heads. Then I said, let's try an experiment. Let me read you both in English and Spanish, and then you tell me which sound you like better. And they always say that they like Spanish because it's more melodic.
Beautiful. Right.
English first. Incarnated, after Frida Kahlo. Incarnated with rose petal lips, earth color skin, eyes like midnight moons, flowers in her hair, like a star queen, brilliant, shimmering yellow aquamarine, emerging from earth, a fountain of hope, life, color, heat, are from eye to eye unbound, from eyebrow to eyebrow, born and created into the universe, among corn plants, husks, grown from the ground or earth, brown as the color of her skin. Y luego en español, encarnada, para Frida Kahlo. Encarnada, con labios como pétalos de rosa, piel de la tierra, ojos de luna nocturna, flores en su cabello, como una reina estrella deslumbrante acuamarina amarilla, emergiendo de la tierra como una fuente de aliento, de vida, de calor, color, arte de ojo a ojo, de ceja a ceja y después al universo, nacida y creada como mazorcas y el maíz, crecida entre la tierra, morena como el color de su piel.
Wow.
I feel like in Spanish it sounds very powerful, but in English it sounds
It loses strength, I think.
like, I feel like it sounds very, like you said, melodic. It just sounds very soft.
I love, oh my God. I was literally picturing Frida Kahlo walking here, be like, what would I do if she can? That's so beautiful.
So las imágenes, images are very important in poetry,
Right.
because the mind's eye, we have to be able to see in our head what the poet, the words, what they mean,
right?
and thereby there's certain words that when you use in the proper context, you really get the feeling. Whether it's cold or hot or any of those sensorial sensations,
Right.
Based on the description and the intonation of the voice, and it all takes practice. There was a time
the path, right?
And just by watching, observing other people perform or read their books, if they read them like they're reading at the library, okay. If they read them like they're waiting for the train, that's fine. If they read it like they know how to,
Performative.
a book in hand,
Right.
you look at the public, you know where you are. And there's different ways. At times I failed. It's not necessarily nervousness. I don't get nervous. In the beginning, I was a shaker, but now I can get up anywhere. I'll talk to anybody.
Public
no problem.
speaking.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to create your style of poetry?
Well, it takes a long time because there are things that I write, and I have notebooks that when I travel, and I write everything that I see that is interesting. If I think of it, it may become a poem. If I need an idea, then I'll find it and I'll work on it. And over the years, if you write a little something every day, or maybe not, if you accumulate a bunch of papers, say for 2 years, 3 years, you're going to end up with a big stack of papers. I have a problem because I gave my big room at home to our daughter when she went to high school, so I still have her little bedroom. So I don't have room to spread my projects. So when I think of something, say, where did I put it?
Or you can put it on your iPad or something.
Yeah, I put it on my iPad. I'm looking there, right there. But I have participated in the August Poetry Postcard, which is during month of August. There's a program that you can join in.
And isn't that where you mail yourself?
You enter your address and then you pay the fee for the entry, $10, I think it is. And then you get a list. And then what you're supposed to do with the list, you're supposed to send a postcard with a short poem, a little something on the back of it, something poetic, something nice, sweet, colorful, enlivening, and to the mailing address that
to yourself
that you see on the list. You get 31 names, 31 addresses. So every day you write something to the next person, to number three, depending on the day.
Oh, interesting. So it's like pay forward or like do something forward.
So somebody else has your name somewhere, and you will be getting postcards in the mail from somebody with a little poem or a little something in the mail. Isn't that wonderful?
That is amazing.
And so I have all of those, the ones I sent and the ones I received. I made photocopies, so that's work that I need to go through.
Yeah.
And also my translations, I still need to get one in Spanish, only Spanish, because believe it or not, I have every now and then somebody, I don't even remember when, but somebody said, well, why not in Spanish? So because here the audience is mostly in English. If I want to sell books, got to be in English. I'm not putting mi gente, aside. I will make it available in Spanish. There is books available in Spanish. At the same time, they're bilingual as well. So
expansion.
Yeah. So there's room for everything.
Yeah. Tell us.
This is another program that you are invited to. Of course, this is Redmond. This is also came up during the time, and I'm bringing all this because
Poetry in the Park this year.
This was.
There's several dates. Yeah, we're happy to share this.
This program was created because of the same reason that I had to go around with a mask and all that, and the poetry box that I showed you. The pond is not far from where I live. It's just across the street from the high school. So one day I went there on a Thursday, and Mark Mendez, Puerto Rican fellow, used to work for the city, was there, and I talked to him. I said, I like to use this space. I told him the idea. We can invite people, come over, what day. He said, yeah, I don't think there should be any problem. So
you lead this? You lead this?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay.
I put the word out, and this is the 6th year that I have been doing this.
Great. So the next one is
every second Thursday during this month.
Okay.
People come in. They sit around and they gather, and as we come in, we all get to stand up and read a poem.
Oh, I definitely need to
join. If people don't wanna, they just wanna listen. That's fine too. So it's very organic. It's open to the public. There's no fees, and I didn't even. One year I tried to get a little funding from the city. I told them, I'm just in this space. I think they gave me, it was $1,000, and it was really mainly for advertising. I don't need the money. And then I said I applied again. Then they wanted more. I said, look, guys, this is all I'm doing. But anyway,
for this little, give us more.
Yeah.
I love it. This is great. We would love to. We're gonna share this. We'll add this, all of the things that some things that you shared. But these dates, I think this would be great for the community. But I'd love to ask you
ask me.
about inspiration, right? Like, what? I mean, it's probably hard to respond. Like, how do you? What inspires? Because there's so many things. But what would you say to someone that, hey, I don't know anything about poetry. What's the best advice to get inspired, to hear, to start to read, to whatever?
Well, right now,
to get started.
We can write about nature right now. We can say, oh, the bad winter, the rain. we love the rain. People can write about that.
Jose can write a poem about winter.
I love rain.
But we can write
You're
also
in the right place.
about current events. We can write about anything that's going on in school. We can write about being proud of who we are and our community. We can write about anything. I say to people when they ask, so what do you find your inspiration? I say, well, just open my eyes and look around. Oh, okay. No. The sky looks different I take. It's a habit I started. For almost a year, I was taking a photo of the front window every day. And this is a good exercise that I learned from Samuel Green, one of the first poets I befriended here when I first came to really getting involved with the Washington Poets Association. This is about 25 years ago. He tells about an example that his teacher had him do when they were in college. And it goes like this. He told them that to go out in your yard and measure a 1 square foot of grass. Put 4 sticks on each corner and somehow tie it around so you'll know where it is.
And take a picture every day, or?
No picture. Every day you go out there and you look, see what's going on in that space.
It is changing.
Write down the changes. Write down if it's raining. See what you see, a worm or maybe a flower. See, just in there, every single day. And then he said, he thought that all the poets and we went like, oh, this is boring. But he said that actually it is an example that makes us, number one, create a habit. And number two, to learn, to watch, to
and observe, right?
Observe.
And look at different perspectives of the same thing. Yeah.
And then based on that, just have the patience to take 2 minutes. What did you see today? It was a little dark and wet, so warm. Okay.
Patience is a virtue. Yeah.
Then at the end of the 30 days or so, you see what you wrote. And then as you're going through your lines, some of them might complement others.
Ooh.
Or some of them might.
Great exercise.
Some of them may be the beginning of another line. So all single lines. So you got a poem, and not only one, you could have up to 10, just by. So
we're gonna do this at our staff meeting this week.
So what I was doing is
one every week.
Taking a photo of the window, see where the sun was out. It was really cloudy. Is there, so I can see, and what the reason for all of this is behind it is that. The days, there's going to be some days that are really gloomy and cold, and they're going to be very uninviting, and you just don't want to be out there, don't want to do nothing. But then the sun comes out and everything is bright, and the birds are flying, and the clouds are moving away, and everything. Glorious. It's a mood change. Poetry is also a mood changer. We can hear something that is bad or enlivening or depressing or something that makes you think.
Right.
Another aspect of poetry is that we write as witnesses. And one of those poems...
Oh, I like that. We write as witnesses.
Yes. Okay, I'll give you this one because it's more recent. It's titled Sanctuary for Jose Robles, who gave him the poem. I found my way for him to receive it. His crime is his desire to live with dignity. He is undocumented, doesn't need license to live, is the anchor of his family. A painter by trade, he wears an ankle monitor, sits on the concrete bench behind the iron gate. He doesn't want to be deported. He smokes a cigarette, looks up to the sky, seeking solace. He watches the painters across 9th, misses his family, his friends, watches TV. He feels like a caged lion, paces back and forth. He stops, listens to people talking out in the street, lives off takeout. He feels he is in purgatory. He is in sanctuary, in the lilac basement, sheltered in a sacred place. A man lives. While he waits and waits, knows he cannot change his past. He cannot defy ice. Doesn't want to risk his family. Gets horrible headaches. He was assaulted, kicked in the head. His body slammed on concrete. Lives in fear for his daughters, alone with their mother. The caged lion roars in silence. He paces and paces and paces, lives behind secure walls. He feels like a prisoner whose only crime is to be human.
Oh my God. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We can talk about poetry all day long for a long time, and I think we will never finish. I have a little story myself. I was speaking about things of inspiration. One day, I love dancing flamenco. That's my source of inspiration. So I think it's a good way to say where is your inspiration, and start there. One day I just was like, I have to write. Like, all these words were coming to me. I wasn't asking. I couldn't sleep. I had to get up and literally start writing. And it came through. It was like my explanation, like the way in which I see how much I love flamenco and why I love it. And I ended up writing this whole, I call it a poem by my standards, but it was so interesting that the sources of inspiration is something, it's a good place to start, and we can all write something. Like we can absolutely all do that. But tell us about that. Let's some closing thoughts on this story. Tell us.
Yeah, I was asked to participate as a judge for the Poetry Moves contest in Vancouver, Washington. And as a judge, I got the chance to have my own card-made placard. So this is the one I wrote. It's just titled "Longing," and it can be read in any direction, across or in sections.
Oh, do you want to? Let's read it.
I'll read it across, left to right, both sections. Call me, longing. Call me immortal. Call me eternal. Call me everlasting. Call me alive. Just call me. Call me sometime. Call me something you already know. Call me to tell me what I do not know. Just call me, please. Call me. Just call me anytime. Call me, please. It's a poem of desperation.
You can read it. Yeah, you're right. You can go any.
So if you read it just by sections, call me immortal. Call me everlasting. Just call me. Call me something. Call me to tell me. Just call me, please. Just call me anytime. The other side. Call me eternal. Call me alive. Call me sometime. You already know what I do not know. Call me. Call me, please.
Wow.
That is awesome.
That's really cool. We're going to post the picture so that people can see. It's two columns, and then you can. So this is amazing. There
isn't one way to express what we feel in English, Spanish, or across. There are other poems that call them acrostic, which is the title is from the first line, first letter. Say your name. Say Margarita, right? So cada letra, each letter in the beginning is the beginning of a word. So, me llamo, my name is, La segunda
right.
letra. Always attentive to qué sé yo.
Oh, right. Like it starts with
then-
the second letter, and then you just keep going.
And then la R. Reminding myself or others, algo así.
Right.
O sea, las cualidades, the qualities of the person
per-
that you
Yeah.
are talking. So there are
Great
many,
exercise we could do.
there are many ways.
With so many ways, and definitely we should do like a workshop, a poetry workshop. What is this? Let's see.
and this
words
is,
are
this
like
is,
clothes
This is,
we
I
wear.
have that on a T-shirt, which I really would like to make more.
Oh,
Because especially these
Whoa.
days.
can we read it?
Oh yeah,
Can I
you,
read
you
it?
can read it.
Words are like the clothes we wear. We wear them on our tongues.
Mhm.
Is that the same thing? Yeah.
And
Okay.
that is only half of a poem.
Wow. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna share your book. Oh, this is part of. Okay.
The original poem is in the first book,
Okay.
and it's titled Breath.
This. Oh, it's so beautiful. Well, this is you're taking us on a poetry journey, certainly, and it's definitely an inspiration to hear
Yeah.
the different ways in which we who don't know or don't have that training can start. And so for all of you listening, I hope that you take this as a source of inspiration and get started in read a book,
I write for
write
everybody.
something. Yes.
Not
Where
only-
can people find you? Where can people contact you? Can
have
people
a-
engage with you?
Sure. There's I have a website. It's just poet Raúl Sánchez
Mm-hmm.
.com,
Mm-hmm.
raulsanchez.com, and there I am. I am going to be reading the Elevate books August 28th with a very dear good friend of mine, very respectable poet, and it's gonna be great. There's other readings that planning here and there at Lake Forest Park on July 15,
Mm-hmm.
and then another one on July 31st at Vermilion. That's where I could really let loose. Because certain places had to observe certain decorum. I'm not, I'm very cautious of who is in the audience,
Right.
and I measure my words. I generally I never use any cuss words, but
At Vermilion,
there I could be a little more descriptive, but still I don't. I tell people I can never channel Ginsberg anymore. Allen Ginsberg used to say all kinds of. His poetry is very, very, very raw. So anybody who knows Allen Ginsberg, they know that if I say I cannot channel Allen Ginsberg, they know exactly what I mean.
No, probably not. Give us
No.
that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, no. Well, and you will also be coming to our event, actually. So we're airing this podcast on Friday.
Friday of the library event.
So
April
in
10th.
that same day, we're going to have an event here at Centro Cultural Mexicano. You're going to be talking, so you're going to be able to have
Thank
that.
you.
I hope you didn't forget.
Yeah, no. Here's,
And you're
this
going to
is,
show us all of these books. Yeah.
This is a copy of my
where we were.
my
When we were water.
yeah.
Okay.
It is a new and selected collection because I
Okay.
told the editor, I'm turning 70 and I don't know tomorrow.
Yeah.
So she said, okay, let's do it. So just in case I may slip on a banana.
No.
So
It is here. Well,
here you have the best poems from the first two books and all the new ones in here.
thank you
And
so much.
I always
Thank
like to
you.
collaborate with a Mexican artist. This one is Alfredo Arguin, who passed away about 4 years
Oh,
ago.
Okay.
And
That's
then-
beautiful art. Yeah.
And
it's
then on the
part of it.
second book, I have Fulgencio Lazo,
Okay, the art.
who
Beautiful. Yeah.
is
We'll put
here
it.
local. And then Rene Julio, who is another
Oh, the
Mexican
little
artist.
angel.
And there's a
Little
story
kid.
behind this,
Okay.
which I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Which one's
well,
the first
So-
book?
Hmm?
Which one's the first one that you wrote?
First one is All Our Brown Skin Angels.
I love that
Yes.
name.
No, this I've definitely heard.
And one of this one poem in here, a local artist, cellist, she wrote a song for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that poem is also coming up on, it's on this book.
Uh-huh.
And another friend, Gus Denhart, we're going to be making a recording musical
Oh,
with poetry.
exciting. Yes.
So-
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah,
So,
because music
yeah,
and poetry
yeah.
can go like,
We're expanding.
wow, look at all of this. Thank you so much for bringing your art, your inspiration, your talent to us. Hopefully those listening get a little bit inspired. So
I'm on Facebook
please
too,
join.
so-
Yes. Oh yeah. Please join. We're going to have this event. So I'm going to, I want to thank you. I want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts, of my heart, to come and take the time. Time is the most precious currency, I think, in the world. So to share your story, to tell us about you and the importance.
There we go.
All right, we're gonna have to. So I'm gonna start over. Okay. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. Thank you so much for giving us a piece of inspiration, for giving us a seed to know where to start, and hopefully those listening can take something from this and get started. Take a look at the picture. Take a look at nature. Take a look at your window. Start writing, but start somewhere. And please join us. I'm going to share a little bit of what's going to happen for us this month, but you will be coming to our event. We're partnering with the Library of Redmond Library, and we're going to do a book. Tell us about the event, Jose.
So we want to bring more
And
awareness.
that's going to be, Friday. It's going to be today. Well, the day that this podcast is being
April 10th.
Aired. April 10th, yeah.
So the event will be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we just want to bring more awareness to all the resources that the library is able to provide. So we're going to have library cards. We're going to have all the resources that you can...
Spanish books, yeah.
Spanish books. And I did not know that you can get audiobooks now, or movies.
Libby.
And
It's
music.
like the library card, yeah.
And Raúl's going to join us.
Jose,
Yes,
get
yes.
with the program. Libby. It's like the Audible pro. And then Jose's gonna Raúl is gonna join us. Is gonna probably read a little bit. So if you want to meet him, come over, stop by, and take a little book, get your card, and get a little inspiration. So thank you so much. Thank you, Raúl. Any parting words before
Well, I
we
want
say
to say,
goodbye?
thank you, and also one thing that we can do at the library, which will be all
Yes.
inspired by the library, is by the books, by the title of the books on the spine of the books. There's a program that I've done before that is very easy, and it's just a matter of putting things. It's like un rompecabezas, like
Like a puzzle.
like a puzzle. You need to put the lines together. Remember I said about see what lines fit better?
Yes.
Okay, there's something we can do there. So we'll...
Ooh,
I'm
so
excited.
come and let's learn more about this. So you heard it here at Centro Cultural Mexicano, and we look forward to welcome you that day. And not let us make this not the last engagement that we do with you. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna mention a little bit of what's gonna happen this month in Centro Cultural Mexicano. You can still visit our Mujeres Que Luchan e Inspiran art exhibition. That's gonna go through, I think it's mid-April.
Yep. All right, we're in April already.
So please don't miss it. This is lots of art about women, by women, for women, and just very inspiring. On Tuesday, April 7th, we're going to have our Recology Environmental Education Workshop. So this is in partnership with the City of Redmond. We're doing our environmental justice. We're helping them with their environmental justice strategy and raising awareness of what that is and doing it through art. So that's going to be exciting. On Friday, April 10th, we're going to have... we just mentioned it. Never mind. Tuesday, April 14th, we're going to have our last Zumba class. Woohoo. That was a really famous, popular class. I started, I think at one point I was starting to do the budget, and then the music started. I was like, I don't think it's going to work. I think on Thursday, April 16th, we're going to have our monthly For Culture and City of Redmond office hours. This is for artists. So anybody who's an artist, this is a space to ask questions, learn about resources, and share and connect with other artists.
And if I can say something about the For Culture and City of Redmond, even if you're an aspiring artist but don't have any questions, just stop by so you can get your face out there.
Yes.
And just talk
Network.
to Chris, to Sol, to Olive, to Hannah. They're all incredible people. So
Yes.
stop by.
Lots of let the universe catch you in the act and put you in the path of resources. That's how I like to say. Then we have on Thursday, April 16th, we have our rapid response, one of our rapid responses workshop around financial planning. This is a series of workshops that we're doing in response to what's happening now. How do we prepare families in the short, mid, and long term? And this one specifically focused on financial planning, like what to do, how to prepare an emergency financial plan, what kinds of things we need to do to prepare in the event of an emergency or family separation or death of a family member. It's better to be prepared. So that happens on Thursday, April 16th. Thursday, April 23rd is another rapid response workshop, and this one is focused on know your rights. So understand what your rights are. Friday the 24th, we do have a partnership with the partnership with the Day of the Library on April 10th is also going to be in collaboration with RASP, which is
Redmond Association of Spoken Word.
Redmond Association of Spoken Word.
No.
We host them.
Spoken poetry.
Poetry. Okay. Spoken word. It's spoken word. It's spoken poetry. All right. Thanks. Sorry, Rasp, or like totally misrepresenting you. We host them once a month, and we've actually brought, we in collaboration with them, we brought also other fellow poets, which has been really great. So they're also going to be with us at the event with you, Raúl. And then Thursday, April 30th, another rapid response workshop, which is going to be focused on the emergency planning. This is it, like how to plan your contingency plan in all aspects for in the case of an emergency, and it encompasses a lot of different areas. So definitely don't miss it. For these rapid response workshops, if you can't make it in person, we also do offer them online, so just let us know. We can help you connect, or via the phone, whichever, we will help you connect. And if you are listening to this and know of someone that may benefit from this information, please either attend on their behalf if they can't, or tell them about it, and we'll make sure that the information gets to them. And last but not least, one of our biggest events coming up, actually, Cinco de Mayo. It is the biggest event. Cinco de Mayo, which is going to be on May 3rd, Sunday, May 3rd, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., happening here, downtown Redmond, at the Redmond Park. There's going to be live entertainment, lots of really cool bands like Banda Vagos and more, local artisanal vendors and nonprofit organizations, lots of information, lots, connect, lots of information, access to information, food. You can shop jewelry. I saw the list of all the people that are going to be selling the products. So if you wanna support a small business, come that day, because that's like food trucks. There's gonna be food. There's gonna be food vendors. So please come. It's a really fun day. We're stretching, we're sleeping to do that because it's a really long day. But we're actually also gonna have a special episode on Cinco de Mayo because we want to talk more about it, and it really is. It's one of the biggest events. So hopefully we'll see you there. And with that, thank you again so much for joining us. And
my pleasure.
Yes.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we look forward to continuing this collaboration. Let's not end it here. And I know April is National Poetry Day, but I do think that poetry can be in our lives every day, as you showed us. So awesome. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to say thank you again. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we'll see you soon. And tune us in for more. All right. Bye, everyone.
Take care.